Charlie McAvoy coming along?
Well, he joined us on, I think it was Monday night, Sunday night. There's still no timeline on his turn. He won't play this trip, but it's good to have him here. It's good to see him on the ice with his teammates. And I just think it's a good boost for the morale of the team to have him around, experienced player. And so, like I said, there's still no timeline on his return, but it's nice to see him and have him around here and skating with the guys again.
Looked like a cushion to get back and join the group.
Well, I mean, he's just on, he's progressing the way he should be right now. Like I said, he's not pushing himself any more than he has to, and when he's available, he'll be in the lineup when he's ready.
Was there anything in particular you wanted to get across at practice today?
Yeah, some competitiveness on the puck. I think that was important. I think last game, we finished up a stretch in 3 and 4 on the road. But having said that, when you play good hockey teams like LA, they're hard on pucks, and that's an area for us that was part of our focus here today. Being hard on pucks, hanging on to it, being strong on it in the offensive zone. We have to do a better job of managing our offensive zone time, creating more time there, and less in our zone.
You made a few different line changes heading into that game against the Kings. I know it's only one game, but did you get a read or any feedback on some of the combos?
Yes, I think that we need to do something to shake up and balance out some of the scoring of our attack. I got some. I got some feedback as far as what I saw. Right now, practice today, we kept the lines the same. That's not to say that it'll be the same tomorrow, but we'd like to give it probably another look tomorrow to see how it goes.
A different type of center, Middlestat versus Pavel. How do you think him and David can generate once they get familiar with each other?
Yeah, I think that, like I said, one game, but I think what we're looking for is the opportunity for Middlestat to create pasta, to score, get him in scoring opportunities. Middlestat he's a pass-first player, as we know. So we're hoping that it just creates some more opportunities for David to put himself in the scoring zones that we want to see him in, and scoring opportunities, and be ready to shoot and not looking to, pass it off to someone. Like David's a scorer for us, and that's what we want from him.
Had a good day off after back-to-back games. Be able to relax a little yesterday.
Yeah, it's nice to get your mind off the hockey a little bit. Now back to work.
Sort of a lift was it seeing McAvoy?
It's fun. He was buzzing today in practice. Brought some energy for us. He's a huge part for this team. He's our leader and everything. It's great to have him back on the ice with the team as well. You're gonna ask me about Sway's comment? You blew it up.
What do you want to say?
Well, when you ask a question like this after 7-2 loss, the players are frustrated. So obviously, at the time I was frustrated, and wherever I said it wasn't towards this way, it was just like I didn't expect that question from you. And sometimes, you gotta understand the situation we are at and everything. You're pissed after the game, so I was just basically saying, try to stay away from. Find positives. There was a lot of negatives in our game, and I want to keep that way. Obviously, we appreciate in this room guys stepping in for each other, and that's a culture that was here before I came here, and I'm trying to follow it as the guy who steps in for teammates. We got Lux, we got Pav, we got everybody. So we need to do anybody in this room. Until I'm here, it's gonna step up for each other, and that's the main part for us. So I think it wasn't even thinking comment towards Sway or anything like this. So it was just a took out of the contest. Obviously, he's a huge part of our team. He signed for the next 8 years, and here I'm here for 5 years, next 5 years. So we're going to be together for a long time, and going to be a lot of success with this team and back in the playoff hockey, and hopefully win the cup in here. So I think that's where we're going to leave.
When something like that happens and you make a comment, like in the heat of the moment, you have to talk to Swayman afterwards and say, hey.
Well, I did. Yeah, I called him yesterday. I'm like, it's all made up. Now social media, obviously, you guys doing your job. As soon as you put it up Twitter, there's a lot of people who can share their opinions, even they don't matter. But they do share it, and it gets blown up because you get views and all that stuff. So obviously, you want to clarify it right away. And it's a media training, right? Sometimes you gotta know what to say at the right time, and I guess my comment wasn't too clarified back then, and now I did.
I just asking you how you feeling, health-wise?
Good. Feeling good. I'm glad to just be out here with the guys and just to get back into the swing of things a little bit.
When you were hurt and the Bruins released that initial tweet about your diagnosis, there were reports out of Canada that they're unhappy with your initial treatment. Do you have any reaction to those reports?
Reports out of Canada?
Yeah, Canadian media that the Bruins were upset with how you were treated after your.
Oh, well, I think you'd have to just talk to them about that. I mean, I know what I went through, and I know how I feel about it, but I'm not really sure how other people felt. To be honest, it didn't really give it much thought. You know, when I was the one that was going through it all, what other people had to say about it. So I'm gonna, I'll just leave that there. It's been a lot. It's tough. So whatever. We're out the other side now, and like I said, I'm just happy to be here.
Joe described this as a lift for the team. How much of a lift is this for you to join the team?
Yeah, I think it's a lift on both fronts. Like I said, I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to be with the guys, to see guys, to be seen. Yeah, I wish a lot of things would have been different coming down the stretch here. I really do. It hasn't been the easiest, but this sort of feels like a bit of an opening of put a close to that, and I get back out here and I'm with the guys now, and that's nice. So sort of put the past in the past, and we'll pick up right here.
We haven't talked to you since the trade deadline. How difficult was that day for you, losing a lot of teammates and friends?
Yeah, it was not fun. It was a really tough day on a lot of different fronts. It's another thing. I know unfortunate I haven't talked to you guys in a long time, but it's another one of those things where it just sort of it's over now. I've sat in a lot of stuff for a while for the last month or so. And I've just tried hard to really just move ahead on all those fronts, really. So that's another one. It was hard. It was really hard. There's another aspect to this game that has nothing to do with on the ice, and that's the friendships of it and the relationships, and the reality of it is been here a while now, and I've seen a lot of my friends no longer here, and I understand there's a business part of it. I get it. But it doesn't make it easier to see a lot of your best buddies, now be in other spots. And I like I said, I understand the business of it, and it's a problem that everybody goes through. So it's not just me, but it stings. It does. But all of those guys, you wish nothing but the best for them. They're very easy to cheer for, every one of them, every guy that we lost.
So how bad was the infection when that came up?
Yeah, it wasn't good. It was bad. It was when I got home that things sort of hit the fan on Monday, and that landed me in the hospital, and things moved pretty fast after that, and the infection was moving pretty fast after that, and it got very serious very quick, and another thing that I'm just trying to leave in the past, really. Like, it was scary. It was scary on me. It was scary on my family mostly. And I could not be more grateful for all the people at MGH and all the people that took such amazing care of me in a time where I really needed it. So those people they're the heroes of this story, and they mean the world to me, and I'm truly I'm grateful for them and how I was taken care of there.
From the on-ice perspective, how was obviously it didn't turn out the way you wanted, but just the experience of playing on that Team USA for Four Nations?
Yeah, it was the most fun I've ever had in hockey. It wasn't, there was nothing to compare it to. It was just the talent, the speed, the skill, just the competitiveness. Like, you're talking about being a part of the best players in your country, and it was just the execution, the practices, the games. Like, it was so special. It was so much fun to be a part of. and it just it broke my heart. It really did that I didn't get to be a part of it in Boston. But they played so well, and I was so proud of them. And it was unfortunate, but off the ice, so good to see and play with so many guys that I hadn't been able to play with in such a long time. And you just pick up right where you left off. So we felt like we were kids again back in Ann Arbor. But shifting forward, if lucky enough for us to get a chance on the Olympic team, I know that we have so much to look forward to with that. And I'd do anything to be a part of that team. So.
Can you take us through the emotions of when you were able to go into that locker room afterwards and read the starting lineup for the gold medal?
Yeah, I talked to Sully during the day, and everybody was always continually checking in on me. And I got home that afternoon and asked me if I wanted to do it. I was kind of I had a lot going on, mentally, emotionally, physically, and I wanted to do it, and I honestly couldn't even tell you what happened. I just broke down. I think it was sort of just a perfect storm of everything that had happened, and the way that it culminated, I just lost it. And I was happy. Some of our staff was working the tournament, and when I was done, I was happy they were there. I sort of fell into them, and it was just emotional. It was, but it was all in the best ways. Like, it was just, to care so much about something is always such a good feeling, and that meant a lot to me to be a part of that team.
There's work to do now here for you with all the turnover that's taking place. So how do you kind of process the next stage in terms of trying to, like you guys have said, leave it better than when you found it?
Yeah, I mean, look, that'll be something, that myself and Pasta and the remaining leaders here will have discussions about. And to be honest, I haven't crossed paths with anybody since I've been hurt. These guys are in the thick of it. They're in the battle, and I'm just trying to get myself healthy. So it's tough to not be in the fight. It's tough to lead from the sidelines when you're not within the group and you're not, there. But, moving forward, it's probably our most important objective is how we're going to get it back and what we're going to do, and how, like you said, how are we going to leave it better than the way that we found it. And, we've certainly got some work to do on that front. But it's a challenge that you're so fortunate to have, because I know the both of us know what it means to be a Boston Bruin, and we know what it looks like and what it feels like to be a part of the teams that are the winning teams, the special teams. So it's right there. We just got to get it back.
Charlie, GM Don Sweeney had mentioned, like, right after the trade deadline, that he had talked to a number of guys, that he wanted to reach out and have some conversations. Without getting into the details, what was the message that you got from some of those conversations moving forward?
Look, that was honestly just an emotional day for everybody. I know he was emotional. I know I was emotional, and it was something that we sort of, I think we both wanted to just talk about more so in person. So those are conversations that we will have. The more pressing matters was making sure that we were just trying to forge ahead. But those are discussions that I know we'll have, I'm sure, at the end of the year, and moving forward in the stuff I said, the ways that we can get it back and make it look like how it's supposed to look. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to those conversations, and obviously whatever I can do to be a part of it.
So deadline day, the team's down in Tampa, you're back in Boston, you're separated from the whole group.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like one on top of another in terms of guys getting stacked one on top of each. So how did you follow it? And how did you process
How did I
that
follow
day?
it? I sat on the couch with my child and I watched it on NHL Network like everybody else, and you just watched it unfold, and it was 3:00, and I thought everybody was. I thought it was a lot of safe. Thought we were safe, and then stuff was coming in, and then it was Marshy and then Brando. I know Charlie was earlier in the day, but those last two was like, they almost. I don't know, you weren't ready for them. but yeah, I really wished I was down with the group to get a pulse on the guys and to sort of go through it together. I do believe that having people with you to lean on is always the best way to go through things, but that wasn't the luxury I had, so I was back home, and you know, Marshy was hurt, so I was with him the day before. I was with him the day of, like, you know, so you didn't really know what was going to happen. You were, you know, and like I guess we all know now, it really came down to the midnight hour. So,
That
but
morning you were in Brighton together? You and Brad?
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's it.